What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. So, I had to do a redo. I'm sorry. I accidentally name dropped a business during a story, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to post that. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, any business under the bus. So I got to start over. So anyway, I feel like a Kid Rock song because I haven't seen the sun in 3 damn days, and it's actually sunny outside. We had a snowstorm, if you can call it that the snow was nice, but the wind made it harsh. And of course, overnight it froze and became ice, and it was a whole 48-hour shebang, and to the point where I had to leave my wife's car up at the shop because I have 4-wheel drive. Thankfully, when I got my dad's car from his estate, quote unquote, I bought it off my sister's. The Envoy comes with 4-wheel drive, and the Corolla, as you can imagine, does not have 4-wheel drive. So my wife was like, oh, I could drive home, how are the roads? And I'm like, I don't think the roads are bad, so you should be okay. And then I thought about it, and then she's like, oh, okay, I can just drive home. And I'm like, no, I'll come get you. If anything happens to you, I'll never forgive myself, so I'm gonna come get you. I have 4-wheel drive, the Corolla does not, so therefore I think it's the safer bet, better safe than sorry. And so I get to pick her up Wednesday night, and the Corolla sat there Wednesday, Thursday, and it's finally coming home tonight. It was ridiculous seeing it because yesterday I went in for an hour. Everybody else but my wife and I got the day off. My wife went in for a couple hours to work on some stuff, and I went in for an hour to work on to take one delivery. And in that delivery, I got yelled at. So I will tell you about that, so stay tuned. But, so just seeing it covered in snow, covered in ice and sleet and God knows what else, it was kind of ridiculous. It looked like it was a promotion for like the Toyotathon or something like that for Christmas. It was just covered in snow. Like, hey, look at this Corolla snow sculpture that we made. But anyway, back to me getting yelled at. So I took one delivery. Because this guy was so sweet and so generous with his time and with his money, because he tipped us, and you know, he went all out to send somebody flowers and a coffee mug. So he spent a little money, and we said, okay, we'll take it, no big deal. It's not too far. It's like a 5-minute drive from the shop, and it was to a rehab center. So I get there, and I'm not gonna name names like I did last time. So I get to the rehab center, and I could tell that the receptionist is just over the moon of having to work during a snow day, during a really bad snowstorm. And she's wearing a mask, and all I can see is just her eyes, and she's just staring up at me like she would rather be anywhere else. Anywhere else. I mean, even like the third circle of hell, she'd rather be there than at work right now. I could tell that just by looking in her eyes. Little Hispanic lady. And she's like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm calling with, you know, so-and-so flower shop, and I have a delivery for this person. And so she looks at me, and then she looks down at her list, and I guess she's reading the list of everybody. She's like, is it a resident, or is it a patient, or is it an employee? I was like, it doesn't say, but I assume that it's an employee, because usually they put like a room number or something on it that indicates that, oh, this is a person that's recovering, or this is a person that is working here. And so she's like, I'm not seeing the name on the list. And I said, okay, well, I'm just the delivery guy. I just go where they tell me to go. And this is where they told me to go. And she said, yeah, but you got to understand, we have 2 rehabs with the same name in this town. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I double checked. It was this one, not on that street, which is, again, like a 2-minute drive from each other. So that's kind of weird that they have a hospital here and then a hospital here. It's just kind of weird. I guess one of them is a main hospital and the other one is the rehab. So they like do like procedures and stuff at that hospital and then shift somebody over to the rehab. I don't know how that works, but she was just giving me an attitude, and I was just like, okay. And so she's like, I need to make a call. And like, I have my hand in my pocket about ready to make a call myself to tell my wife, hey, are we sure that it's not at the other hospital, because she's whatever. I'm just creating scenarios in my head just in case if it comes to that, I'll have a way out. So she calls, the number's busy. She's like, it's busy, hangs up, and then she's like, I guess I'll call this person. And so she calls the number. I was like, hey, do we have a so-and-so that works here? And I heard somebody's like, yeah, that she's an occupational nurse. Like she works here. She's, you know, she's a person. And she's like, oh, well, she has flowers. Can you send her down to come get them? Thanks. And then she hangs up. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad that we were able to find her. That's awesome. That's great. And she just looks at me. And I was like, hey, if you don't mind, can I use your restroom? It's the last door on the left. Okay, shit. Okay, fine. So I go, use the restroom, and I come back. And as I'm walking out, I'm like, all right, you take care. Have a good day. And she said, thanks. Jeez, man. Just some of the people I encounter working jobs like this, working with the public, you run into some really cool people, but there are also some other people out there that are just absolutely just jackasses and jerks for no reason whatsoever. It's like, I'm just the delivery guy. I go where they tell me to go, and sometimes it's not the right address, and sometimes it's my fault because I put it in wrong. Sometimes it's the sender's fault because they don't know the address. I actually had one person that didn't know where their wife worked. It was like, there were 5 places to choose from. There were this company has 5 different buildings in Amarillo, and they didn't know which one she worked at. It's like, you don't know where your wife works? That's stupid. That's crazy. That is ridiculous. Like, talk about really not paying attention when your wife talks to you. I mean, I do that all the time too. She's like, hey, we did this. And I'm like, why did we do that? She's like, we talked about this 2 days ago. And I was like, no, we didn't. And then she's like, yes, we did. And I'm like, all right, yeah, you're right, we did. Sorry. It's like I catch myself once in a while, like, we didn't talk about shit. And she's like, yes, we did. We talked about it on Tuesday, or we talked about it last week when we were eating dinner. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. I vaguely remember that. But anyway, so you just meet all different kinds of cool people, some not so cool people. And I still love this job. I love the delivery service. I've been in the delivery service for, let's see, almost 10 years now. Almost 10 years I've been in the delivery service, because I started about 2012 is when I started. So, yep, that's it'll be like 10 years this October that I've been in the delivery service. It's crazy. Different jobs, delivering pizzas, delivering sandwiches, delivering flowers now, delivering boxes. I used to, for my granddad, for his company, they used to take like printer paper and stuff like that to these different companies, and I got $2 a box. So one time I had like over 50 boxes that I had to take to this one place, and so I got $100, and I only worked like an hour. So that was actually kind of cool. So I've even done that. And, you know, I gotta say that it's probably my favorite industry that I've ever worked in. I mean, I've bussed tables, I've done catering, I've done cashiering, I've done deli, working in the delis. I've, you know, worked as a graphic designer for 6 months and got fired from the place that shall never be named again on this channel. I've done all that, and I think so far my favorite, because I've done it the longest, is delivery. You know, I'm good at it. I'm quick at it. I've been told multiple times that I'm really fast, and I cannot say which company I used to work. I guess I could tell you guys, since I don't work for them anymore. I used to work for Jimmy John's. I used to work for Papa John's. And I used to work for Pizza Planet. You guys know about Pizza Planet. All 3 different experiences, all 3 different learning lessons that I learned. Jimmy John's, I learned how to be quick and efficient with my deliveries. Papa John's, I learned to know when it's time to walk away from a job. Let's just say that. And then Pizza Planet, I learned how to, you know, I'd kind of sharpen my tools. And I was very fortunate to have a job that allowed me to do that. But anyway, so I just enjoy the delivery service, regardless of what I'm delivering is food or flowers or boxes or what have you. And yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Not much else to report. It's personal stuff. This video is. I can't really talk about my channel stuff until Monday. So I will talk to you guys more about that on Monday. What I'm working on, what I finished working on, and what I hope to be working on within the next couple of weeks. Because I do work for a flower shop. It's going to be very, very busy for the next 2 weeks. So that's all I have to say about that, because of Valentine's Day. And yeah, so I'm home now. I hope they came and got my dumpster like they were supposed to. It is trash day, and I did have a full dumpster, so that'd be nice if they did. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. But anyway, guys, I'm home. Thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. My weekend warriors, hang in there. Just hang in there for a couple of days. My piglets that work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, congratulations, we made it. I have to work one more day, and then I'm back to my regularly scheduled programming. But anyway, guys, thank y'all, and always remember, my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.